That must be Tommy. That's Tommy. He said Tommy had on suspenders. How you doing? Hey, Leo, how are you?
Tommy's daughter.
Hi, nice to meet you.
No suspenders. What's the matter here? Come on.
I know. They're in the wash today.
They're in the wash today. Well, thanks. Good to see you. I hope we don't. Look, it's lunchtime. I hope we don't interfere with your normal lunch traffic today. That would be a good crowd in there. Do you really? Oh, that's good. They better be eating a lot of fried chicken, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You have a little bit of that, I understand. A little bit of fried chicken. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thanks for saying hi today. Thank you. I appreciate the fact that I've had a chance to say hello to a few folks. I'm going to make sure and shake every hand that wants to say hello. And order some chicken, you guys. They got plenty today. They knew there was going to be a big crowd. And recognize this is a great time for us to celebrate being American. It's also an important time for us to recognize we need new leadership. The president's a nice guy, but he just got it wrong. He's over his head when it came to getting this economy going. Almost everything he did had the exact opposite effect of what he hoped. His stimulus didn't create private sector jobs. It protected government jobs. It did not grow the economy. He then put in place a whole series of measures, each one of which made it harder for the economy to reboot. His Obamacare, taking over about 1/5 of the economy by the federal government, that did not help the healthcare sector. His cap and trade plan to raise the cost of energy, that certainly didn't encourage enterprises that use a lot of energy to grow. His plan for card check and forced unionization, where employees don't want those policies, that did not encourage businesses to grow. As a matter of fact, the head of Coca-Cola this last week said that when he compares the United States with China, he finds China has a more hospitable business environment. Can you believe that? And so you have a president who has made America's business environment less attractive. And as a result of that, businesses aren't growing here, they're growing elsewhere. And I will make America once again the most attractive place in the world for enterprise, innovation, technology, and hiring of American workers. How are you doing?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.
You know this young lady here?
No.
I can't get up. I apologize.
Don't you dare get up. You're having your now is that dessert? Is that dessert?
Dessert.
Oh, that's good. Good to see you. It's pretty darn good, isn't it? Look at all those vegetables. I love vegetables. I must admit, I love veggies. You know, most restaurants you go to, they just give you a piece of meat, maybe some potato or some starch, but you don't get vegetables. My wife tells me I got to eat my veggies.
Assure you is going to be back in Florida a great deal. Now that we know when our primary is, which is going to be January 31st, Florida plays, I think, a continuing major role in the outcome of who becomes the Republican nominee. But I want to tell you this, I've watched this man now for a number of years. We met in 2006 in Jacksonville when the New England Patriots played in the Super Bowl, in the one and only Super Bowl in Jacksonville. And we had a great visit then. I really started admiring him from afar. We got to know each other and got to know his family and his lovely wife Ann, who I will tell you is an incredible asset to the governor. And she's going to be in Florida a lot also, I'll tell you that. But he's a family person. He's a person that I believe has put together a roadmap to get America back to work. And to me right now, it takes enormous leadership to do that.
Unemployment benefits getting extended. I mean, what I see from that is just more time that people are going to be on unemployment. I mean, you know, myself, I'll be honest with you. You know, in 1980, I got out of the United States Navy. I couldn't find a job. I signed up for unemployment. And I was on unemployment until it ran out. Then I got a job. And praise God I did, because I began to work and work industriously. And here I am today, and now I have 4 restaurants, and we're actually fixing to break ground on a 5th new restaurant. And so I just praise God for that. But that would be my concern, is where I have to actually compete with the federal government for employees, because the federal programs are making it where it's not as advantageous for them to go to work.
And a stimulus is like throwing a little glass of gasoline in a fire. It creates a little burst of heat, but it doesn't change the structure of the fire, if you will. And this fire is not doing what it's got to do to employ the people that need to be employed, and jobs that pay them
the level they need to be paid. And so we have structural changes that have to be made. We've got to reshape the foundation of America's economy. And the relationship between government and business is one of the places that has to be reshaped. Right now, government sees itself as not just the watchdog, but as the opponent of business. Business is somehow bad, and in the minds of many people in government. And we have to change that to having government say, no, our job is to encourage the private sector. When Dodd and Frank came together to write Dodd-Frank, instead of saying, how do we stop all the bad guys, important as that task is, how do we also encourage the good guys? How do we make this the most attractive place in the world for financial services? How do we make sure that the people that are doing business in Singapore and London decide to come here instead to do their financial services work? When we see manufacturing...
What about the barbecue? You were talking about that on the radio this morning.
Here's some barbecue right there.
It should make you like to go.
Oh, I find a way.